What did it took to get monetized? First of all, I want to tell you that if you have been in this game of running a YouTube channel and not being able to get to that monetization milestone, you have no idea how much I understand you. And I wanted to share this story with you because maybe this will help you maintain the motivation and also test certain things that can get you to where you want to go. So I started multiple channels in my life. The first one was in 2010 and that channel got monetized and everything is okay, although it's not doing very well right now. The channel is from consulting and I need to focus on it, refocus on it and get it going again. Then I started a channel, Kris Safarova, which is an English channel as well. And it's also, I never consistently invested in it, but if you look at the amount of work that was completed over many years and the fact that it was still not monetized, that channel, it is hard. So I really understand. Then there were a few more channels and another channel I started in Russian language, and that channel is Kristina Safarova. And that channel got monetized this month. So I wanted to share with you the journey of how I finally got monetized with the Russian channel. And that channel is the one I invested the least time in. And there were specific moments that led to monetization milestone that can be helpful for you. So that channel, I started it, I believe in maybe 2019, maybe 2020. So probably 5 to 6 years ago. So 5 to 6 years of posting videos, and I shared different things that people could find helpful on that channel. And for me, that channel is interesting because my business is in English. All my clients are English speaking. I don't have one single Russian client right now. But I felt that for some reason I needed to do that channel as part of my contribution to the world, and that eventually somehow it will start bringing some income because everything in life works out in a way that if you add value, you somehow will get value back. It's just the way life works. And look at this, it's so beautiful. I love this work. I'm so glad to share this with you as well, this work, because I haven't been experiencing good working opportunities for a long time. So I'm very glad to be here in Copenhagen. Anyway, so the journey of the channel, 5 to 6 years, posting a lot of long videos, a lot of short videos. And here's an interesting thing about Russian channel, because it was not really on any topic, and it was kind of my channel that didn't have any monetization attached to it. I didn't have any clients. I wasn't offering any services in Russian. And even a few times when Russian people asked me to provide a service to them, I said that currently I'm not providing services because my rates will be too high for Russia. And it would be not fair for me to offer my services at a lower rate, because when I do work, let's say coaching, it requires a lot out of me to do a great job. So I cannot do it cheap. And at the same time, I felt uncomfortable charging what I'm charging, working with executives, leaders, driven entrepreneurs and so on in Russia. And maybe it is just my thing. Maybe I should eventually actually just agree when people asking me to pay. What helped with that channel? First of all, what I learned, specifically through running that Russian channel, is very interesting because I did not need it to focus on any specific topic. I was kind of all over the place. I was just sharing anything that I felt was helpful, important to share in the moment. And because of that, I stumbled on 2 topics which always are in demand. And that was such a discovery because I never stumbled on such topics on the English side yet. There was never one topic that anything you record on that topic, you're always going to get a lot of interest. But on the Russian side, there were 2 topics where there is a lot of interest whenever I record something on that topic. The first topic was, I know you're very interested to know what those topics were, so I will tell you, but I will tell you closer to the end of the video as a reward for watching the full video. So once I stumbled on those topics, the channel started growing very fast. Once I stumbled on those 2 topics, whenever I would post on that topic, the channel would grow. I would see subscriptions. And for a small channel, if you see, let's say, even 20 subscribers a day, 30, 40 subscribers a day, you feel great, because generally it is, you can have 1 subscriber a month and you are posting few videos a month. It's not unheard of. YouTube requires consistent posting and a lot of work to get the channel going, unless you are lucky or the topic is really, really relevant and somehow there's not a lot of supply and a lot of demand. So once I started posting those 2 topics, I noticed that every single time there would be growth. But of course, Russian channel is not a priority. I can only do it when I have a little bit of extra time and energy left. So I would only do it from time to time. And consistently, new people will come, new subscribers, and channel would grow. And then when I stumbled on the 3rd topic, not only I stumbled on the 3rd topic, I actually did not even plan to record more than 1 video on that topic. I had an issue, a medical issue. My hands were shaking a lot. Nervous system required recalibration. And I was testing different things. And I found something that really worked. It's very interesting. I found it's neuro practice when you do certain exercises and it has healing properties for your brain. I recorded 1 video like that on the English channel, on Kris Safarova channel. You can check it out. It was released this year. And I will release more because it's very powerful. I want people to know about this. And what happened with those practices, I was just doing them for myself. My clients know I test a lot of things. I test so many things, and only maybe even 0.5% of what I test works, helpful, or I pull different things from different places and then it works. And that is what I share with clients. And of course, we develop a lot of our own approaches and techniques. And so this thing that I tried, these neuro practices, specific exercises, worked. It helped, and it helped in a very visible way. And what was very interesting is the very first video on this topic, which I did not thought would be of any interest, would be discovered by people. I thought it will be another video with 100 views, and then I'm lucky that I got 100 views. That video, I think, went eventually to 13,000 views. And here is what I've done right, which is something I should have done with English channels, because I had situations like that when my videos went to 13,000, 17,000. I even on Firms Consulting channel, I think we have 100,000 views, we have 200,000 views. So we had videos over the years that did very well. And here's what you need to do. This is key thing. Please write it down. Don't miss this moment. When this happens, when you see a video all of a sudden, so to say, viral for your channel, you need to immediately, as soon as you can, same day, just get yourself to record another video that is very similar to the one that went viral. You want to record it immediately and release it very fast. So next day, if you can, release a video that is almost the same but is offering additional value or new value, but the same topic, very similar. And then that second video, I don't remember exact numbers, so forgive me if I am wrong, but I think the first video went to 13,000 and the second video eventually also went to something like 10,000 or 13,000. Then I recorded immediately after another few videos. In fact, I did something very smart. And I think this is such another key thing you can do. I said that let's do a challenge. And I said, let's do 30 days challenge. Of course, I'm always very ambitious and I do things sometimes that physically is very hard to do. But the key thing is that you're the boss, no one is paying you, you're doing it for free, so you can change your mind, or you can do that 30 days challenge over a few months based on comfortable pace for yourself. So I said, let's do 30 days challenge. And I started releasing daily or every few days, I would release a new video like that. And those videos, not all of them would go to very large numbers, but they were getting a lot more views than the usual videos. So the usual videos for that channel at the time, and that was happening, all of this was happening this year. So I think around March this year, all of this happened. So before that, let's say February, January, if I release something, I would get 47 views, 100 views, 120 views. 120 views was a video that did well for my Russian channel. And then this one video went to 13,000. I immediately recorded another one. And another one, not only I recorded another one, I think it was also 30 minutes long. I don't remember the details, but I think it was long. So I was getting people not only watching it, but watching it for a long period of time. People would follow along. And then I created a challenge. So people who liked the first and second video then could watch those day 1 of the challenge, day 2 of the challenge, day 3 of the challenge, which is basically where the same videos with some variety of exercises, but the same topic. I was teaching them the exercises that helped me regulate my nervous system. And then I started adding additional exercises that are very good for your overall health. I had a friend here, a little bee. So I started adding videos that are very good for your overall health because I knew those exercises, I use it, and I wanted to share it with people because it can help other people. And what was incredible is not only I saw a lot of views, but I also got a lot of comments. People were very grateful. They were saying, thank you. I really enjoyed the exercises. And I think comments further pushed the views. YouTube saw that I'm creating something that people like. And they thanking me because YouTube understands what people are writing. They're not saying, please stop doing this nonsense. They're saying, thank you. It was also very interesting because people who were watching these videos really got me. What they were writing is what I was trying to accomplish with those videos. I was trying to help them. And they were seeing that and they were receiving that help. And were grateful for what I was sharing with them. So it was such a great experience. And then, of course, it got too much because I have a business to run. And we are living in a very uncertain time that requires even more out of you to navigate things. I have a team, I have responsibilities, my clients, and I had to step away from the Russian channel, even though it did so well, because it was not something that generates revenue, not something that pays the bills, not something that can cover expenses that business requires to invest in it, to build out our new AI system that completely re-envisions how we do strategy consulting and overall management consulting. All of this required investments and so on. So I just couldn't continue. So in March, I kind of stepped away. And then, even though I stepped away and was not posting anything, those videos that I created for the challenge and those first 2 videos, so first one that went viral, second video I did right away afterwards, both I think got 13,000. And then after that I did maybe another 10 videos or 11 videos. And those videos were still getting views all this time. And then around June or July, I was checking my YouTube studio for Russian channel. And I saw that I am almost at monetization threshold for 3,000 hours. And I know if you're watching this video, you know how hard it is to get there. Otherwise, you would not watch this video, because for people for whom it's easy, they will watch other videos. You needed secret points on how to break through with your channel, because you're working, you're trying so hard, and nothing is working. And I really understand. I started multiple channels and only 2 got to monetization so far. It's a lot of work. It's really hard. So I saw it and I thought, you know what? I was working so hard to get to monetization and I'm so close. Let me just push it over the edge and get to the milestone that I want to get to. So I created 1 or 2 additional videos and posted them. And the first one, I don't remember how many thousand, but I think it was over 5,000. So it went also somewhat viral. And I just posted it a few days ago. So all of this just happened. So it must have been July, because I just recently posted that video after a very long time. And it again went viral, that video. And then I would just check, and I reached the 3,000 threshold. I submitted my information to apply for joining YouTube Partners Program. And then it was approved. And then a few days later, I reached 4,000 hours. And I became fully monetized. So all of that happened in July. And notice how it was nothing. It was nothing for 5 to 6 years. I was nowhere near getting to monetization. And if I did not find this one topic where there is more demand than supply, where there is demand, this would not have occurred. And the same logic applies to English channels as well. So for Firms Consulting channel, the reason that channel got to monetization is because we were posting very detailed technical videos that allowed people to learn how to solve business problems in a way they have never seen anywhere before. We had a lot of people who took our approaches and became our competitors because we introduced techniques, approaches that created basically the industry of preparing for consulting case interviews. And then we went further into working with more senior clients because many of our clients went into top management consulting firms and then joined major organizations, became very senior there, and they continued needed our help. And of course, we had advanced expertise all along. We just started with helping people get into consulting firms. And then we started working with more senior clients. So similar things happened there. We just found something that was in demand at that time. So the key thing about YouTube, when your channel is not growing, is don't continue doing the same videos on the same topic and hope that something will be different. And I actually disagree about niching, because if you select the wrong niche, you can work for 5-6 years like me and have literally nothing to show for it. Like I had with that Russian channel until I stumbled on the 2.5 topics that did well and allowed the channel to grow. And that last topic was so useful for people that it grew the channel in the space of 5 months. But notice that I was not posting from March. Between March and July, I don't think I posted anything. So if I didn't stop, I stopped the challenge. I stopped after 11 days. I didn't really stop. I just paused it because it was just too hard, was taking too much time. It was not a channel that was generating revenue for me or had a path to monetization because, as I mentioned, all my clients are English speaking. My business is focused on the English market. So I would have got the monetization faster. So with your channel, if it's not growing, experiment. Maybe it will be still connected to the topic you want to focus on, but it will be some other angle. It will be something. And you will notice it's very interesting. You will notice that if you find something, it will always consistently work. One thing that I found that works on English side, I tested it. I think I tested it on Speak Without Limits channel. One of the channels I created, I had multiple other channels that I was testing, but then I realized I just don't have enough capacity to run so many channels. I was trying to have a channel for each topic. So channel for AI, channel for spirituality, channel for executive presence and communication. And one thing that worked on English side was posting very short videos, few seconds, that had very short text on them, and then invited people to go to description to get my free guide. And that type of video always had above average views versus other shorts I was posting. So it works on the English side as well. It's just a matter of finding something that works. So for your channel, experiment, test different things. And if you see there's no interest, try something else. Try something else. Because we live in this amazing time when, even if you are a very small channel and you have 100 subscribers, if you create something half good on a topic that people care about and there's not a lot of supply, you have a very good chance of your video popping up on people's browsing page, people who don't know you and would have never found your channel otherwise. And I promised you at the end to say what were the 3 topics. So the most important one I already mentioned. It's those exercises for regulating your nervous system, for concentration, for your brain functioning. And one of those videos is on Kris Safarova channel. This channel, you can check it out. I can link it down below. The second topic was spirituality. And there I just shared different important realizations. And those videos did not go viral, but they consistently did above average. Consistently. And then the third topic was a series where I would share my observations about living in my beloved United States. And those videos always got far above average interest, views, comments, subscriptions. And at the end, I want to say that when that happens for you, when you finally find something that works, and the key is, again, I will repeat it just in case, because it's so important. When you have a video that goes viral, immediately make the video exactly like that, very, very similar, but with additional value, so people don't say why you're posting the same video. So it's still you're adding value, but very similar. And do it immediately. Post it the same day, next day, very important. And then after that, create at least 6 more videos that you post every day or 2 a day, as close as possible. Imagine there's a momentum that is happening. You want to add additional videos on the tail of that video that went viral so that you can get views for those other videos, because this is what will get you closer to monetization. And when that happens, when you get one video to go viral and then you add 7 more or 10 more on a tail, that can push you very close to that monetization. You may need to just wait few months, 3-4 months, and you will get to your 4,000 hours. And 4,000 hours is much harder than 1,000 subscribers. Subscribers are much easier to get, in my experience, much easier. So even the Russian channel, it got monetized, and at the same time, it reached 3,000 subscribers. The Kris Safarova channel has close to 2,000 subscribers and very far from getting monetized, very far. Until I find something that pops, I'm nowhere near. But the thing to remember is when that happens, when you will have a video that will pop, it will happen very fast after that. You will get monetized and you can build from there. And not to say that after that it's going to be easy. Likely it's not going to be. But at least you will find something where there's value that you can deliver to the world, and there's on the other side people who actually want that value from you. Because many of us, what we do is we create very valuable resources, content, but we're not getting anyone to watch it. There are so many incredible videos. I myself returned. Today, I was watching video on Kris Safarova channel on how to forgive yourself, because I was worrying about not handling some situations in my life in a way where I would protect myself more, take better care of myself, not betray myself. I have an issue of putting people's interest above mine, and I'm working on it, and I'm getting much better at it. I was worrying about it, and I went to my own video, and it was so incredibly helpful that I felt so much better after watching it. So there's tremendous value in your channel right now, but people are not finding it because you haven't yet found something where the value you're offering is matched to the moment in time where there's demand for it, the right keywords, so it pops up for people interested in that topic. There are so many things. So don't give up. Please don't give up, because it can happen at any time. I recorded that video with exercises for brain. I did not plan to do it. I thought it will be one-off thing. I just wanted to share it in case somebody has the same issue as me and needs to regulate the nervous system, needs to deal with ADHD symptoms, struggles to sit in one place for a long time, attention all over the place, all those issues. And I didn't thought that it would lead to monetization of the channel. And it would lead to monetization of the channel with work, but not the kind of work that you and I are very familiar with when we are working for years and we are still getting 50 views if we are lucky and 100 views if we are very lucky. So remember that when that happens, when the video will go viral, and if you take the right steps and do another 7 to 10 videos and post them very fast afterwards, you will likely start getting very close to monetization, 4,000 hours. And even if you get to monetization, it's not the end of the road, it's just the beginning. You still have to put in a lot of work, but of course, it's a big milestone. So please be happy for me. There's nothing to be jealous of for sure. If you look at my channels and look how many videos I posted, there's nothing to be jealous of, honestly. So much work into it, so little to show for it. But this is what it takes in business and in life. You have to keep going, and eventually something will work out. And I know it will work out for you. And I know it will work out for me, for this channel eventually. Something will go viral, and then I will know what to do. I had one video that went, so to say, viral. It got 7,500 views. It was on how to build a one-person business based on my experiences of building my business. And at the time, I didn't realize that I should have recorded immediately 7 to 10 other videos and posted them very fast. I remember I was just looking at people watching, views going up, and I felt so good. I felt, oh, maybe finally things will get going for this channel. And I made a mistake. Not a mistake because I didn't knew about it. The idea only came to me with the Russian channel when that video went viral, and I thought, oh, let me make another one right now and post it. And that one also went viral on a tail. And then let's do a challenge. And all those videos did better than average, much better than average. And this is what led to monetization of the channel. So I know I'm speaking a little bit in circles, but only because I know that it's very easy to get to a place where you feel it's never going to happen to me. I'm just going to continue embarrassing myself. And do I even need to do it? Is anyone even benefiting? No one is watching. But the thing is that if you look at the Russian channel and how many grateful comments I received from people, where people, they would say every morning starts with these exercises. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for your energy, for your positivity. You really charged me today. There are so many incredible things people are writing. One person wrote that they wanted to pay me $500 so I would not stop making videos. They wanted to pay me $500 to create 5 more videos. So people found it valuable to the point that they're willing to pay for it. And that is, I said no because I felt it's not fair for one person to pay for me to make videos for everyone. And also this person, I know in Russia it's much harder to make money. Maybe not much harder, but it's just harder to make $500. Not that it is easy at all to make it elsewhere. I just felt in my soul, in my heart, that this particular person, I think they have such a kind heart, and they also, I think, hold me in very high regard, and they wanted to do something for me. But I cannot just take something and not do something back. And I would feel it would be unfair for them to do it. I would feel that I would then need to do something equal for them. And maybe I should have offered that, but I just thanked them and said that it's better not to send it because I would worry about them, and that is the truth. Because you never know the situation person is in. Maybe it's very hard for them to make this $500 and they will send it to me. It's different. I think it's different with clients because they know you for a long time, they're working in major organizations, they can afford to work with you. I digress. The point is, your channel will likely also succeed. And my channel also will likely succeed. And we cannot fail as long as we don't give up. So let's not give up. And I hope something that I shared today was very helpful for you. I also have a newsletter for entrepreneurs, creators, and you can join it by getting a free book on self-publishing, and it will get you added to that newsletter. You can go to firmsconsulting.com/free book. Or you can get that guide that I referred to before at firmsconsulting.com/clarity. Thank you so much for watching. If you found video helpful, we'll appreciate your comments, subscription, like, and looking forward to connect more in other videos.